now we're going to talk about where you're going to get things to do print and cut. The easiest place, as always, with Silhouette is the design store. They have files already set up. If you are in here and you click on designs, and then you come down here and you say print and cut under design type, you're going to see all sorts of things. These things are already set up to print and cut. And what that means is that literally if you download any of these, if you purchase them, a lot of them are only $1. They put things on sale all the time. You can get things for birthdays. You can make, these are stickers. Lots of Valentine's Day stuff. It's like, guys, you're behind the times. I'll be showing you something. Here's a really cool Christmas decoration. You could use that. You know, it would be neat to say you got this one and you did it, you printed it and you cut it out, and then you put it on the front of a card using some foam tape, which will raise it up a little bit. So there's all sorts of things you can do with these files. And when you open something that from the design store, that see this little P here, that means it's print and cut. When you open it, it's going to tell you, oh, I'm going to turn on the, if you don't already have them on, I'm going to turn on the registration marks because this is a print and cut. Okay. But you're not stuck with that. We talked before, if you've taken a class, about design bundles. They have lots of designs, inexpensive. They always have freebies. It's a lot of fun to look at. Let's go there just for fun. Yes. Okay. And here we are. They have lots of deals. They have lots of bundles. They do a monthly, typically, except I think in December, $1 bundle deals. They have free designs. Let's find something. Now it's interesting because I'm going to open this and it's talking about Happy Hearts Gnomes Sublimation Clip Art. Sublimation, if you're not familiar with it, is a commercial way of putting images on a surface, whether it's a t-shirt or a mug or something like that. You have to have a sublimation printer, and you have to have, say you want to make mugs, you have to get a mug press because it has to be like 400 degrees in order for this to work, or t-shirts or things like that. The thing is it's not vinyl, and so it's really long lasting. Think about a shirt that you've purchased that has a design and it seems to be in the fabric. That's sublimation. It says sublimation, but note here it says transparent PNG image. That's exactly what you want. So if you got a thing for gnomes, you could download this for free and bring one of the images open it into Silhouette Studio, and it's already automatically going to be traced for you, which is what you need to do a print and cut. You can trace, you can bring your own, like we were talking about, if kids draw a picture and you bring it in, if it's a PNG, it'll trace. If it's not, you'll have to trace it. But again, you can always go online and look up how to trace, and then you can do a print and cut once you have the Silhouette software set up with the registration marks and everything. And which also means you can design your own. And so I'm going to show you something here. I made a little thing here. Can everybody see this box? The box itself was a file I either purchased or got for free from Silhouette. It's separate from, this is all in a group. See up in here how it says, it tells me that it can be, that it's in a group because I can ungroup it. And I'm going to show you what happens when I do. Say ungroup that. And what that's going to do is separate this cut file business from all of these things that I put in here. I'm going to undo that so it goes right back to where it belongs. And I'm going to undo it again so it groups it back. Yeah, one more time. Yep. Okay, now it's a group. And I can check and go like that, and then I undo. So this I printed on cardstock. And what I did, I'm going to come in here a little bit. Oops, wrong button. This is just the font that I had installed on my computer. And again, Design Bundles, and then they also have another website, Font Bundles, but you can get fonts on both of them, frequently have freebie fonts. So if you don't have a lot, you can download things from there. This is what all these little squares and the words are filled with a pattern. And I'll show you how I did that. Oops. I'm going to draw myself another little square here. Just remember if you want to draw a square, this is a rectangle, hold your shift key down, let go of the mouse, let go of the shift key, and there you have it. So the thing is right now, you see how it's got a red line around it? If I left the red lines around all of these, and this is a red line too, it's going to cut everything out. Well, I don't want it to cut this out. I want it to leave it there. And I want it, to be able to print that and have it be there. So what I did on each of these boxes and the text is I changed the line color. The thing is I have to remember what I changed to. So we're going to see. So the first thing I'm going to do is come up over here to the fill panel. And I'm going to go ahead and in your fill panel, this is different colors. You can pick any of these. Make it purple if I wanted to. You can do gradients. That's kind of fun. Looks shiny. And this will print. Or I can do a fill pattern. And in this case, I picked that one. But I'm going to show you what's going to happen. I'm going to go over to send, and I want you to see what I'm looking at here. Is let me simple. You see how all these want to cut out now? I can tell because it's all got the red lines around it. I'm like, well, that's not going to work. So because I changed the line colors on everything that I filled, I can cut by line. Ignore this. This is just stray stuff. And so now I can see that everything's fine except this one. Actually, no, because I do want that to cut. I want it to print, and then that's going to be a little gift tag to go with my box. So here you see the red cut lines. The dotted lines will actually cut like that. It's a score line, so it will fold. And so you print by line, and then you choose which ones you want to have cut. See if I selected this other stuff, it would wind up cutting everything. Well, I didn't want it to do that. So there we have that. I'm going to go back to design for a minute. As you can see, they fill differently depending on the size of the box. The way you can correct that, and this is not in your notes, so take notes, is, and let me read this properly since I had to look it up myself. So when filling multiple shapes with the same pattern, you might notice that the scale of the pattern is different depending on the size of the shape. To create a consistent scale among the shapes of different sizes, select all the shapes you want to fill, then choose Make a Compound Path before you fill the shapes. So I'm going to demonstrate that very quickly. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to draw myself a rectangle and a little oval and not that because it's annoying. Let's do a square. Hold down my shift key, draw, release the mouse, release the key, because I'm frequently release the key first and then it bounces back to a rectangle. Now I'm going to fill this and we're going to see what happens. as you can see, they're different scales. So I'm going to undo that. And what I can do with all these shapes selected is I can right click on it. I can say, make a compound path. And now I'm going to fill it again. Let's go. I like that one. Now you can see they're all the same scale. Maybe polka dots are easier. All the polka dots are the same size. You can scale these. Say I want little tiny polka dots. Under advanced options, I can use my scale. I can make them really big. I can make them little. I can do anything I want with it. So I'll repeat that. In order to have, if you want to fill shapes with a pattern, you want to select all the shapes you want filled. You want to right click on it and make a compound path, and then you fill them.